Hello and welcome to my Project Tin Pan update. This is what my Project Tin Pan looked like at the beginning of June, or rather these were the products that were in it. And I finished quite a few of them and have some replacements. So first off, I very quickly used up the Supergoop Glow Screen SPF 40. This is a little mini. This is the second one of these I had, and I actually thought about getting it again, but there is bismuth oxychloride in it, which I tend to be allergic to, so I decided not to get that in the full size. I also have a lot of sunscreen to go through, but I won't be getting this in the future for that reason. But otherwise, I liked this. It is a little bit like on the yellow side, so probably better for people with warm yellow undertones as opposed to me. I have like cool pink undertones, which is why the Kinship looks so good on me, because it's a much pinker, cool toned sunscreen. So that's the Supergoop, and I then rolled in the Canmake. This is yet another Canmake Mermaid Skin Gel UV SPF 50 plus PA plus 4. This doesn't have a date on it, which is its one flaw. Otherwise, I love this. I still have one or two more of these to go through. So I'm just trying to use up all the sunscreens that I've already purchased before I get any new ones. So I'll also finish this one up. The other thing is I very quickly ended up switching out my Athr Beauty, the Big Bang Mascara. And I will say this one looks really good on. This is what the wand looks like. I used this for a solid 2 months, which is pretty good for me because I have super sensitive eyes. This was discounted because I bought it on a BoxyCharm sale. And I love Athr Beauty, and most of their things are hits for me. This one was a miss because it was very hard to remove, and I felt like when I went to remove it with my Bioderma Sensibio, I would lose a lot of eyelashes because it was so hard to get off. So otherwise, this looked good on. I didn't have any irritation. It was just the removal was really difficult. And maybe better with like a biphase remover. I do think it removed better when I would use my vanilla and like wash my face in the shower. But yeah, on nights that I would use just the Bioderma and then wash my face, it just felt like it was really hard to get off. So then I rolled in this Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water mascara. This is what I'm using now. This is a tubing mascara, and I have been liking this one. It looks really pretty. It's not super dramatic or anything, but I do like it, and that's what that one looks like. And I'm trying to remember. This came in a Sephora. No, that's not right. This came in the Trend Mood box. I got Trend Mood box number 15. That's what came with this Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water mascara. But yeah, so far I'm liking this one. And then I think the other thing that I used up really quickly, is that going to stay? It is not going to stay. We'll put it over here. The other thing I used up like immediately was this Beautinique Beauty Brow Pencil, the Perfectly Natural Brow Pencil. This is identical-ish, in my opinion, to their sister brand's brow pencil, which is the Beauty Crop. Basically the exact same thing in a slightly different package. Really precise tip, and then it has a spoolie on the bottom that I never use, but yeah, I used that up really quickly. Oh, now something's coming out. That's interesting. There wasn't anything in there. What? I thought it was empty. Maybe we're going to keep that in. JK, never mind. Maybe this is staying. I swear that looked like it wouldn't advance for a really long time, so that's really fascinating. So we're going to keep that in and keep using it up. So I have been using the PYT, but I will not consider this a Project Pan item now because I still have more of the Beautinique Beauty left, so we'll use that. Interesting. So the really exciting one was this RMS Beauty Quad. This is the Luminizer X Quad. It has the shades Luminizer X, Luminizer Nude, Champagne Fizz and Champagne Rosé. I don't think any of these have enough in there anymore to swatch. This is actually the second time I've panned this palette. I had one about 2 years ago that I finished. I do really love the RMS Living Luminizers. My favorite is the Amethyst, which I panned 2 years ago, and I would really like to get again at some point. But otherwise, in general, I've just kind of fallen out of buying RMS products. This is one of the last ones that I've got. Just because they are very expensive and they have short shelf life. So a lot of things just end up having more value for me, like different alternatives, because, you know, like if I can buy, say, a Phytosurgeon's blush that's initially half the price but also has twice the shelf life, or a Kosas, you know, item, those usually have like an 18-month shelf life. This one has a 9-month shelf life. So the value is just not there for me to keep buying a lot of RMS products. Doesn't mean I dislike the brand, but it's just not like the favorite that it once was, because I used to, for years, I loved everything RMS, and that was a lot of what I owned. But it is very expensive, and it's kind of a more prestigious brand. And so while I do love a lot of their things, I've found there's a lot of other things that are on the market in recent years. But yeah, I was really excited to get the use out of this and use this up. But I did, you know, use it up and buy it again, and I don't need to do that a third time. So yeah, really excited to have this palette finished. And let's see, what I'm going to replace that with, I thought would be this Jones Road. This is actually a Jones Road eyeshadow. So this is from Bobbi Brown's Natural Beauty brand, Jones Road, and this is actually the only Jones Road item that I have tried. But I do really like this. This was something that I got on Mercari. It is the Sparkle Wash in the shade Ice. This one does have a 3-month shelf life. It's 3 milliliters or 0.10 fluid ounces. And because it's this like light icy shade, I've been able to use it as a highlighter quite a bit. Ignore this part. I have some sparkle there from earlier, but I'm just going to put that on so you can see. This is really pretty. It has kind of a pink sheen to it, so it's like an icy white with a pink glitter, and I just think it's beautiful. It's kind of similar to, well, it's like kind of what I wanted the Kosas 10 Second, the new white eyeshadow that was in their Christmas kit. That's what I wanted it to look like, and I like this better. This is a more expensive option, but I do really like this one. So a lot of times I will use this as a highlighter, which is how I've used, I don't know if you can see, it's actually hollowed out quite a bit in there. I've used quite a bit of this. So I will continue. Let's see, I need to use this up. Since it's a 9-month expiration, I'm aiming to use this up by September. And I think I can do that because as I said, it's hard to know how much is gone, but there's some hollow parts in there. So yeah, I'm gonna use this both as an eyeshadow, as a highlighter, and I think in that way I can use it up. And then, let's see, what else did we use up? Not the brow pencil. So the Beauty Counter, the jellies. This is in Raspberry. I've been working through these. This is the one, this is where it was in June. And so I was able to get to the bottom of it. Here's the swatch of it right here. It's real light and sheer. And so the obvious choice, we'll go ahead and roll in. This is the one, this one is Red Pear. This has a really similar scent. These fruity ones they're a little bit artificial, but I do think this is really pretty. And as I said before, we're at kind of like the 1.5 year point. They were 2 Christmases ago when these were Beauty Counter, the jellies were released. I don't own any other Beauty Counter products, and when I am done with these, I don't plan to buy any other Beauty Counter products. These just got me. I don't like to support MLMs, but I really wanted these. The Cocoa is my favorite, and if they would release it in a full size, I would absolutely buy that one because it's amazing. But other than that, I don't have any intention of buying from MLM brands. So yeah, that is Red Pear. I do think that's kind of a fun choice. When do you find like a pear scented lip gloss? So I thought that was kind of cool. But I don't know that I'd say it smells like pear. It's more like a candy scent, like a candy, like a Jolly Rancher or something like that. But yeah, so let's see what else. This is the last thing that I used up. This is the Nude Sticks Nudies All Over Face Dewy Color. And this is the shade Bohemian Rose. This is a mini, so let's see how big it is. It is 1.8 grams or 0.07 US ounces. So that's what it looks like, and that's the swatch right here. It really is quite flat. There is a tiny bit at the bottom that fell off that I couldn't use. But that was a Sephora 100 Point Burke. I have no intention of buying this in the future. I do think the color was really pretty, and I thought it looked good on. But I feel like it made my face a little bit itchy. So I used it up, but I wouldn't buy that again. And I kind of knew that. I knew that the Nude Sticks brand wasn't like something that I identified as clean beauty, or like that it might have some potential allergens in it. I think it might be considered maybe like clean-ish. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. It's always hard to tell. And for me, it's more about ingredients and what I think my skin won't react to. So I think, we don't like the term, I think a lot of times people don't like the term clean because it sounds kind of like a fear-mongering thing, and that is not what drew me to it. For me, it's about like just trying to not react to things, because I have really reactive skin and have a lot of allergies to ingredients. So we are at, let's see, this one's out. And so for that one, I think I'm going to give myself a gimme here. And my gimme is this. It is the EOS lip balm. This was a limited edition. I can't remember exactly. It was like caramel brulee latte macchiato, something like that. It smells really good. It came with the pumpkin pie one last November, and I did get a backup of this. It was the pumpkin spice one, or it's like pumpkin spice latte and caramel macchiato, maybe something like that. But the reason this is a gimme is it's right here. I'm really tempted to use it up right now because I could, but there's a little bit left. I will probably get this used up within a few days. So that's my gimme, and that is, it's just at the very end. I've been kind of keeping it by the couch, so I should be able to use this up quite quickly. So we're at 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're not going to add in the other brow gel that I was planning on. So number 10 is going to be yet another lip product, because this one is theoretically expiring this month. This is the Glossier MangoBalm.com, and it has a 18-month shelf life. So I labeled it from when I bought it, and it was this month. I want to theoretically should have this used up. I can't say that it's 100% going to happen, but I do want to finish this up because I have gotten through more than half of it. This is a 1/2 ounce or 15 milliliters of product. It's kind of like a Vaseline texture, and I just didn't end up liking this as much as I thought I would. I'm not planning on buying any more balm.com. It's just okay, and I just have other things I like better. I prefer my Laneige lip sleeping mask. There's just so many balms that I would rather use than this one, but I do want to finish this one up. And I really just thought I would be more into the mango. Instead of getting something like this, I think now I got a few months ago when I ordered the chocolate lip mask from Laneige, I got their peach glowy balm, and I much prefer something like that to the mangobalm.com. So I was excited about the mango scent, but it's really just kind of like a Vaseline with a fruity scent to it. So I know that's not a rave review, but I am going to finish this up. Slightly over halfway, I think. Maybe just halfway. So I don't know if I'll finish it this month, but if not, I think I can get through it by like the end of August. And so that is going to be product number 10. And so this is what we are looking at for July's Project 10 pan. So to recap, we have the Glossier MangoBalm.com Universal Skin Salve, the EOS Caramel Macchiato-ish, something like that, lip balm, I should really look up the name. The Beauty Counter, the Jellies Red Pear Lip Gloss. The Jones Road Ice Sparkle Wash Eyeshadow / highlighter. And then the Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water Mascara. And then what we're going to keep from to roll over, the PYT Bali Bronzer Duo. As you can see, the right side seems panable. The left side might be too hard. I'm really not sure. And I also don't think I love that color, but the right side's been nice. So we'll see how this goes. I really like the idea of using the whole thing up. Yeah, it could happen. I'm hopeful. I will say, technically, we are at the point where this is now, I think this had a 1.5-year shelf life, and we are at that point. So technically, it's on borrowed time now, but because it's a powder product, I'm just going to kind of use it until it feels like the product's not performing anymore. And I'm just not sure that this side is going to perform. So when I get into it, like, this is still nice and creamy, and I think it looks really good. This side is a little bit harder to get to, but it is still performing for right now. I will probably take some tape to it to see if I can get a little bit of that hard pan off. But yeah, so it's still doing all right. This one, this is a long-term project. So this is the Roen Mood Forever palette. It's a cream eyeshadow palette with the shades Crema, Elated, Toasty, and Impressions. It has a weight of 3.16 grams or 0.11 ounces. So I think these shades are beautiful. This is my favorite. I'm obsessed with this shade right here. As you can see, it is the most amazing glittery, like silver, grungy, greigey pink. It's absolutely phenomenal, and I want like a giant pan of that. The shade's kind of basic and boring. And then this one is like a light pink. I like that. And then this one's like a darker, almost like burgundy red shade. And it's pretty, but it's kind of like it goes a long way. So actually, like, even though this looks really small, these are taking me a very long time to pan, as you can see. So we are halfway through the year. This is my Pan That palette for 2022. I've never tried a Pan That palette before, so I picked the easiest palette I had. And the thing is, I love the Roen shadows, but I'm not going to say that I never get any irritation from them. I've been wearing this color a lot because I love it and because I haven't had any issues with it. I think a lot of times with pinks, I worry that might cause irritation. But more, the issue will be like if I just wear it like too long, like, oh, I forgot to take it off after work and I just kept it on for like, 16 hours. Like, most things will annoy me then. So yeah. But for that reason, I've been really gravitating towards my Phytosurgent shadows because they're beautiful and I just don't have that issue. I don't get any irritation with them. I honestly forget they're on until somebody says, I love your eyeshadow, because they're amazing. So, pardon me. I am going to get through this. I'm determined it's going to happen. I really want to like this shade more because I usually like a light shade in a palette. It just, I don't know, it's kind of like matte and flat and just not what I expect from a Roen shadow. But yeah, so otherwise, I do like this palette. I do want to continue using it, and I really want to try to use it up. I think it's quite plausible that I will be finished with this shade soon. And I suppose the downside to that is then I'll have even less options for the palette, but I am determined. And honestly, like, the thing to do would be to do this one next because it would be easy since it's so light. And then obviously this one's going to take forever. But if it goes into the fall, then, this would be a great fall shadow, so that would be fine. But yeah, so overall, I do think it's doable. I think it's possible. I just need to, be a little bit more consistent about using these. But yeah, this is a deceptive amount of product, and I think these Roen palettes have really taught me that like the majority of eyeshadows like just give you too much because these little tiny pans keep going. There's a lot more product in here than you would think, but I really want more of this. I wished you could just get this one on its own in like a huge tub because it's amazing. I would use it all the time. Okay, enough about that. So that's the Roen palette. And then of course we're going to keep in the mysteriously amazing growing Butanique Beauty Perfectly Natural Brow Pencil that has a spoolie on the side, and lo and behold has a lot more product. I swear this was not twisting up before, but it's like it broke off and then it wouldn't come up, but now it is, so I'm going to go back to using this one. So that one will get panned later. And then we have this e.l.f. Wow Brow, and this is in the shade Deep Brown. Love this. I really do think the jury's out on, like, do I really need brow products? Because honestly, I probably don't. I like went and got them, done recently, and I'm just kind of like, why am I doing this? Because I feel like I'm drawing them in, but I just really don't need to be. They're pretty good on their own. So I don't know. I think sometimes I just get into the habit of using something because I think I should. And that's not necessarily a good reason to use something, which isn't to say that there's anything wrong with these products. I'm just like not sure if I need to continue using brow products in the long run. But there are times that I want them, and maybe it should be like a more occasional thing and not an everyday thing. For anyone that doesn't know, I stopped wearing foundation and concealer and powder and all that stuff basically when coronavirus started, and I haven't used powder for years because I have really super dry skin. But I just kind of got to where like I focused on skincare and just felt like I didn't really care about wearing foundation anymore. And there's days that I'm really red and I'm just red. That's okay. So I can't say I'm never going to wear foundation again. There may be a point where I want to, but right now it hasn't felt like a necessity. And I think sometimes I do kind of want to embrace a little bit of minimalism. So possibly not buying brow products in the future would be a way to do that. And it's funny, of course, because I am very much not a makeup minimalist, which is the whole point of sharing my makeup with you, because I have a lot of it and I should use it and do things with it. And so that's why I'm doing this. But yeah, so that is my Project 10 pan for June. Here's the lineup for July. This is what I will be actively attempting to pan in July. I think it's pretty fair to say that this little guy is going to be first. And we'll just see how I do. So wish me luck, and thank you so much for watching.